all, it has point with respect to and one with respect to actual data. So I will be going with actual data first and one, then I will be moving down with model one. Now, in data, if I'm saying about the confusion matrix for a logistic regression, we have confusion matrix regarding 0 and 1. Now, what is 0 and what is 1? With the same model, I have 0 and 1. Now, somebody will say that what is 0 and what is 1? If I consider a COVID-19 case, then I can say in COVID-19 case, basically 0 is negative and 1 is positive. Now, in the same way, if I am training my data in my training set, or if I want to predict data, now how prediction actually work? I have some data, I have some test data. Okay, so I have taken a test data and I have some predicted data. And what is this particular test data? This particular test data has been derived from here. Where? So let us have a little bit this particular view. So let me clear this point. Let me clear this point. Now fine. Suppose I have this particular amount of data with me. I have this data with me. So basically what I have done, I have divided my data into two parts. First is training and first is testing. These are my 2 points, training and testing. In training and testing also I have divided my data into X and Y. What are those X? These are my X for training and this is my Y for training. Same way I have defined X for training, testing and Y for testing. So what I'm trying to do, I'm basically trying to fit my model on these two. First of all, what I have done, I have fitted my model, means I have trained my model based upon this. What? I have trained my model based upon this data. इस डेटा पे मैंने क्या कराई है, मॉडल की ट्रेनिंग कराई है. अब मॉडल को टेस्ट करना है तो मुझे केवल एक्स वाले देने पड़ेंगे, क्योंकि वाई तो मुझे खुद प्रिडिक्ट करना ही करना है. तो यहां से केवल क्या भेजूंगा, एक्स भेज दूंगा. कौन से? जो एक्स टेस्ट के अंदर पड़े हैं उनको भेज दूंगा टेस्टिंग के लिए. यहां से मेरे पास कुछ डेटा आएगा जो कि मेरा होगा प्रिडिक्टेड डेटा. अब प्रिडिक्टेड डेटा को किसी ना किसी डेटा से कंपेयर कराएंगे ताकि हम एक्यूरेसी को देख पाए, तो वो हमारा होगा एक्चुअल डेटा, क्योंकि इन एक्स के बेस पे ये वाई हमारे पास डेटा के अंदर अवेलेबल था. नाउ इफ विद दिस पर्टिकुलर वाई or with this particular actual data, I'm trying to compare this y so that I can find accuracy, how my model is accurate. Now in the same way, on basis of this, I'm trying to develop a confusion matrix. Confusion matrix, actual data says that the patient was termed as negative and the model which has predicted the patient says also patient negative. So now here my case is of true negative. Model and actual data says the same wording, but here what says, it says that the actual data says that the person is not corona positive, but model has predicted that patient as corona positive. Now here model and data are not same as, so I will say false, but we will follow the case for model. So what we will directly say that this is negative or positive. So the model, what the model says, it says it is positive. Now here I will come up here and say that the data, what the data says that it is a person is COVID positive, but the model says it's COVID negative. Then again we are false, but the model says it is negative. Now both model and data says that the person is positive, model also say, data also say, then we termed as true positive. Now our model is not confused in this block and model is not confused in this block. Model is only confused in this and this block. That's why this particular table has got his name called confusion matrix. Now we are only here to define how we can decrease these values, false negative and false positive. If we can decrease these value, then we can definitely decrease the whole amount of data or whole amount of accuracy to increase if we can decrease these. So let us approach the R first, then we will approach Python. So it will not take much time. I only have to run this. So I will be coming back. I'll be taking the data file name, taking the data file name, coming to R. I will only give this particular as my file name up here. So I'll coming up here. Now I will be just giving this particular file name. I will say this is my file name. I have to change these blocks. I have already a lot of variables with me. So I will remove, I will clean this particular global environment. I've cleaned the global environment. I'm going to load my data. I've loaded my data. So you can see that I have loaded my whole data. It's down there. Let us see some histogram around ages. So I have filled the age. Then I will see the head of data. So you can see I have head of data. I will be converting all the text value into numeric with here. Then I have to remove the data which are there in numeric. So I'll be removing them twice. Now let us see the box plot. So I don't have any missing value up here. Now I will be doing this. Now fine. Now if I will be doing, I will be coming down and I will be separating my data. I will be separating my training and testing data separately. I can see the training summary. I can see the testing summary. Now let us build a model based upon LM. Let us see the value for this df sort. Now coming down, let's build a model for GLM. After building a model for GLM, we will stop five iteration. Okay, fine. We will see the summary. After seeing the summary, we will build a final model on GLM with the data or the features which don't have any multicularity or have any in relationship between each other, or I can say these features are more relevant or they have a better correlation amongst each other. Now fine, I'll be taking model 3 score. These are the score for a model. I will take some prediction and here you can see I have taken the value zero point 0.6, but by default it is 5. But here I am just trying to develop those relation, and on the base of those relation I'm trying to develop the table. Now on base of this table I will find an accuracy. Now what will be the accuracy or what will be the confusion matrix? So we'll be coming up here and we will be finally getting some sort of things like this. Now this is the final result of my confusion matrix. Now here you will find that the accuracy of my model is 80%. Whereas if I have built that particular model in Python, I am getting only 21%. So what I will be doing, I will be taking here that the accuracy, if I move down the accuracy or if we change the particular format of data to confidence value, then confidence value has also some significant effect on accuracy. So let us jump towards Python and how we can change the accuracy using Python. So let's see that. So coming towards Python, I was up here and I don't know what will be the accuracy. So I was little bit worried about that. So what I will be coming up here, I will saying Control X. I don't want this. I will be coming up. I'll be deleting this just in order to show you. I have made this particular things coming up. Now fine. Now fine. Importing the data. This will be the last thing for this particular logistic regression. Then we'll move down towards the thing of web scraping. Fine, fine. We can observe the things which we have done. I'm going to delete this. Now fine, 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 and fine, and okay. This, this, and this. Now I have to make this particular thing how we can find the best accuracy using the cutoff. For this particular thing, many people can observe the ROC curve, the AUC curves and multi curves more, or you can find, or you can also find different sort of technique that can be defined under some guides. So just let me find which particular value will be the maximum. So I will be coming up here and I will say, first of all, I have to access a particular value. So I will say default value equal to, I say predict. I want all the cases, means I want all the rows. So I will say I want all the rows. Okay, I want only the first column, so I will say column and I will say df, and you can see that I have only gotten the first column. Now suppose I say I want to flatten it, and after flattening it I want to save into df only, so I will be coming up here and I have a df. Now if I say if in that particular df I make a separate list for both, I can make a separate list as well. So I will say final my predicted, in a very simple code I am writing, I'm not writing much complex. In a simple code I will write an empty list for this, and I say if, or I first of all I have to write a loop for I in df. If I is greater than, but I am taking for 0. So I will be saying if I is greater than 0.5, by default 5. So if I'm taking the same accuracy of 6, which I have taken logistic regression confidence value, so I want that predicted value should be appended with a value of 0. And else the value should be, the predicted will be appended as the value of 1. So I will be coming up here. Fine. Now, when I'm going to run this, it will run fine. Now, when I've been going to run predict, you will find that they have converted into 1 0. 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0. Now, when I'm going to run this, you can see that the accuracy has perfectly increased to 77% from 21% by changing the cutoff. So first of all, your mind will say, okay, what will be the best cutoff to find it? So for that, you can use multiple nested form of list and find the best cutoff value and for the best accuracy. Now you can see, now here you will see this particular 198 value or 100 value will decrease and this values will be increased because these are the true values for this particular matrix. Now you can see that these values has been decreased and the increment in these value, and these values are the true value where my model and my data are actually correct, this value and this value. So if you want to have a very quick look, you can have these multiple cases of logistic regression, linear regression on multiple case study, or for multiple case study we can also observe multiple case study on Kaggle. So this was the thing how we actually perform regression and logistic regression in Python and in our comparative case study. But if I'm going for a statistical type form or a statistical format, then R is better. But if I want to integrate my scripts with other tools, then Python is best. So what analysis we can go from there has been defined here. Now at the last, we are more interested to know that how basically how we scrap data from a website. Okay, so if I'm going for a web scraping, I cannot use R. I have to go to Python only, because R, I have not used scrapping on R. I have worked on Python. So I know, first of all, I should understand what is the basic structure of an HTML. So let me open a text file and form a basic structure. So I will say a basic struct for, if I say HTML, then in this particular HTML, I can write a HTML code. Now I can write, I have an HTML code up with me. So I will be writing an HTML code, a basic HTML code it will be, then we'll moving down towards a complex one. So this is a basic HTML code I have with me. So let me copy this particular HTML code with me. Coming up here, opening this, pasting this. I'll be saving this particular HTML code. This code is little bit very easy. Now what I have defined a doc string up here. I've started an HTML body. Within HTML body, I have a head tag which will define the header of my title bar. And after that, I have body. Within that, I have h1 tag, I have p tag without attribute class, a p tag with an attribute class called subtitle. I have a br tag, I have h tag, I have unordered list. UL will defined with this. So let me save a file. When I save this as a file as an HTML, so the file will something look like this. So when I'm going to open this particular sample file, the sample file has a backend HTML code which was represented on the same window. So on the same window, you can find this is a basic HTML format, and in this we have such kind of code which are available here. Now, my main thing is that how can I scrap this particular web page? Now, if you want to have a developer inside, you can click on the icon here. You can go to web developer. On the web developer, you have inspector tool. So you can click on the inspector tool, and at the down you will have the inspector console, how it has been defined, which part is what. So you can see that the header part of the fruit list is this. Within this unordered list, you can find there are multiple lists, this particular element, this and this. Now this is an ordered list, so it is covering all the three. Now what is a body? The body is this. Now what is a body? Body is this, the title bar. So the title is on my this title bar only. So when I will be coming up here, this is my h1 tag. This is b. Now this is a paragraph. This is a p tag, which is called the paragraph tag. Now, if I want to, first of all, I want to scrap. So in order to scrap the thing, first of all, the HTML files are not encoded in character files. These are byte type files. They are not character files. So we cannot read directly those character files. In order to read or in order to interact with that, Python has given us a very powerful module that is called beautiful soup, regular expressions, and I have, I think, one or more tools, one or other things are also there, but I have work on beautiful soup and regular expressions. So I have those two things available there. So first of all, what I will be doing, I will be importing those few tools. So where I have to import now, Python doesn't contain all the modules in the environment. Okay, so if you want to install any module, so you have to come to Anaconda. You have to open the Anaconda prompt. This is the Anaconda prompt. You have to open Anaconda prompt. As the Anaconda prompt gets open, you have to write this particular syntax, which is called pip install module name. Now, if I want to import beautiful soup, I have to import something like this. I will be copying beautiful soup. I will copy this. I'll be coming up here. I will write pip install beautiful soup. Control enter. I'll wait for a while. I will see whether this particular is getting imported or not. But meanwhile, if you want to have a quick look, you can directly write Python beautiful soup py.pl. So it will provide you the actual thing what you have to write in the pip install, and after pip install what. So we have two things. We have beautiful soup 4, so bs4. So you can use this. So it in my thing, it is collecting that particular beautiful soup, but the actual thing is that I got an error because beautiful soup is not available. What is available? Bf beautiful soup as bs4. So we have to write pip install beautiful soup bs4. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste at the down of my block where I'm getting the error. Now fine, now it will say requirement already satisfied. Now it is saying requirement already satisfied. When the requirement is satisfied, what you will do, you first of all import library. What are those libraries called? The libraries are bs4. You write from bs4 import beautiful soup. Then you will use the request module because now you are trying to get some data from URL. So you have to request the URL. So from that, I will write from URL lib.request open URL. So I have taken the URL of the sample data. What is the sample data? Now this is the sample data. So I want the URL. Now what's URL basically? It's only the file name. So I will be going to the file name. Here is the file name. It is a file name up here. I'll copy the file name. I'm coming up here, pasting the file name up here. So I'll be giving the URL as this. This is the URL. Now I can also provide the raw path. In this, I am saying please open the URL, and after URL, store it in form of an HTML data, HTML object. And in the object, I am getting okay, fine. So I'm going to run this. I'm going to run this. Now I'm going to run this. And you will see that my data has been extracted in HTML variable. Now I have to parse this HTML data in object to make it into a readable code or a readable format. Now how I will be locating that? So just a second, what happened? I got an error. Error URL open, error URL type C. Okay, fine. Control V. Fine. Fine. Now I will be parsing that particular BS4 object. I will convert into a readable format, and you can see I have this format only there. Now in this particular tag, we will be scrapping each data on basis of tag. After that, we will be moving down toward this particular website, and we will be seeing that how we can scrap this. Now I will be opening this particular website only before that. So just give me a second. This, so let me open book to scrap. So we will be going to scrap this particular website, and in this website we will going to see how we can take the name of the book, how many star rating is the book, how what is the price of the book. We're going to scrap that. And you can also scrap this image, and on this basis of image you can also do some kind of uh, I can say image marketing. Now which particular image has what kind of words inside that, and what that particular word reflects to this particular market, we can also have that. But we can do that particular thing using the mark RCNN model, that is recurrent convolutional neural networks. We can use that also. So now I'll be coming to the base file. So that is my base file. This is my web scraping base file. So I'll be coming up here, and I will be saying how we can extract things. How can I can extract things? You know that we have created a readable format in BS. We have created a readable format in BS. Now I only have to read the BS format. Now if the structure is looking like this, if the structure is looking like this, and I want to find title, I want to find the title of the book. So how will I will be finding the title of the book? I will be coming down. I only have to write this particular BS from which I have to find title. And when I will clicking on this, I will be getting a title. But I don't want this title tag with it. So only I have to write what? I have to write dot string. So in the next block, what I'm saying, if I write only I want the string format, not the text format. So you can see I have the basic page from the book. Now suppose I want all the h tag. H tag means header tag like this. I want a fruit name if another h tag was there. So I can what I can say, I can directly say bs.find and just provide me the tag name. So I will say fruit name. Now if suppose I want h1 tag, so I can provide the h1 tag dot h1 tag find h1 tag find p tag, and the same process I can perform for all. Now suppose I want all the p tag and all the p tag I want, if suppose I want, so I can directly like dot find. In previous I am saying bs dot find. Now find is a method which find the tag which is mentioned up here, but find all will find all the tags in the list. So if I run a loop, and in that loop I pass bs dot find all p tags, in order to see, you will find that you have two p tags in the list. This one is p tag and this one is p tag. and you will find that both the p tag has been extracted from that particular HTML. Now, suppose if you are having a p tag with a class, now you can have a container subclass inside it, a class p tag. So with that you have subtitle, and within subtitle, how you can find, you have to give subtitle up here. So you can find that I have provided a subtitle with the p tag, and with that particular subtitle, I'm trying to extract only the p tag which is having this particular class subtitle. Now, this is some basic formats, find all, by which we can extract data. But data is not in that format. Data is not in that format. Data is basically in what format? Our this particular website format. So I am on this particular website. This is my objective which I have to scrap. So how I will be scrapping? So first of all, if I want to scrap, I have to first of all look what is this particular web page looks like. So when I will clicking on this, I'll be clicking on this. Now fine, I am on the inspector page, inspector window. So you know that I have to scrap what, first of all, I have to understand how will I will scrap for this particular data. You know, if I want to scrap this data, first of all, I should know okay, where is the text located for this particular thing. Okay, so can you see in my HTML code, as not HTML, this particular HTML code which the website had defined as, you can see that within this, within the main code, within this body, I have default, which is all. Within this header I have, within this that. So after coming down, I will find that here. Okay, here you can see there is an anchor tag. Within this anchor tag, I have this particular HTML thing, and within that anchor tag, I have an image. So if you want to extract this, you can also extract all the anchor, what anchor tags. If you want to only extract the image, अगर आपको केवल image extract करना है for image processing, for रिकरेंट कॉन्वोकेशन न्यूरल नेटवर्क, तो आप केवल सारे एंकर टेक्स्ट की इमेज को एक्सट्रैक्ट कर सकते हैं. हमारा जो ऑब्जेक्टिव है, हमारा ऑब्जेक्टिव ये है कि हमें यहां से क्या क्या लेना है, यहां से नेम लेना है बुक का, उसके साथ उसके प्राइस चाहिए, और उसके साथ उसके क्या चाहिए, स्टार्स चाहिए. तो आई विल बी कमिंग टू दिस पर्टिकुलर स्टार वेयर माई स्टार इज गिवन. सो यू कैन फाइंड द स्टार्स up just below the image one. So where I have defined the image, I will coming up, just a second. So I have defined this anchor tag, a tag for the image. Below image, I am getting the star. This is one star, second, third. I don't have fourth star and so on. And after that, it has given the name of the book. So this is the name of the book. This is the price, and within price you will find dollar symbol, pound symbol also there. Now I want to get rid of this pound symbol, so I have to use regular expression. But before I will read this data, first of all I have to read this data into my system. I'm going to read this data into my system, so I should use the same concept. First of all, what I will be doing, I will be importing two things. First thing will be request module. Second thing will be my beautiful soup. And the third thing I will be saying open URL. And for the URL, what I am giving the path of the URL which I have in my search window. I'm going to copy the path. After copying the path, what I will be taking the URL for that. As I have taken the URL, I'm going to hit Control Enter in order to run this. But if you are new to it, you can also click on the cell. Now this is basically a cell. When you click on this, you only have to come up here and say run. It will run that particular block. Code has run successfully. Now what you will say, you will first of all open the URL, and after opening the URL, you will convert that particular URL into a readable format. So how you will convert? You will first of all read the URL. After reading the URL, you will convert into a readable format. As soon as you click on this, you will see that whole of your data which was on that particular page, which was on this particular page. This was the data. I hope so you all remember this. Now this was the data. This data what? HTML, HTML, if, IT, LE, IE, and so on. So I have that on my scrapped page. Now here is my window. Now I will be looking down where I was searching that thing. So when I will be coming down, I will find that inside the body tag, coming down. Okay, fine. I will be looking for this slider. Okay, just a second. Okay, fine. Now, if you are not able to read from there, you can also take the help from the mainframe. This is the main side, and from here you can directly read that. So in order to read the data, I will be coming down. So I will say that I want to read the name of a book. So in order to read the name of a book, you have to use a method called locator. I have taken that, I have defined a locator that in the article tag, I have a product pod, and in that I want an H3 tag, and within that I have an A tag. So where I will be finding this, first of all, I will be coming there and I will be going to the product tag. So coming up, I will be saying that I want the name. So the name is up here. So you can see the name is under the A tag. A tag is under the H3 tag. The H3 tag is under the article tag of class product pod. This is the article tag. In this article tag of class product pod, I have a H3 tag, and within H3 tag I have an anchor tag in which the name of the book has been given. So you can see on my main screen. So I will be saying let's define that. So I have defined the location for the book name. I want to select only the one name. In one name, I want only the title. So I say I only want the attribute. Why? Because the file name has been defined with the title. You can see that there is a title. There is a title called a detail in the attic. So after that, what I will be coming up here, I will be coming here, print with the name which I have defined up here. So I'm going to run this, and you can see that I have extracted the name of the book, that is called A Light in the Attic. So I have what my major objective. My major objective is this. First of all, I am scrapping the website on a small label. What small label basically means, I am only scrapping this particular website for this particular book. If I am able to scrap this particular website for this book, I can easily scrap the whole website. So first of all, I'm only taking this because if I know okay, what is the location for each in this particular anchor, then I can definitely apply the same code for this, same code for this, and same code for this. So coming to the main window, coming down, I will be making a small thing for money. How for value I will be making, I will be saying in the article pod. Yes, in the article, there is a product pod. In this product pod, I have price. So coming to the main window where I will find this. Now, you know that the price are written up here. So it written up here. Now, where the price in this, you can see that there is a price. Price is in the article tag. In article, you have a product pod. In product pod, you have a P tag. Within P tag, you have class called price color. So price color I have defined in my anchor tag. So I have defined the locator, location of the image, not image, the price. Now I will be using a regular expression because with price I have this particular dollar symbol. So I will be saying select one dot string. Only I want the string. Parse this particular dollar symbol, and within dollar symbol I want the first group as 0 and the last group as 1. So when I will click on this, it will extract two prices, one with this dollar and one without dollar. 0 means I want this symbol also, and group 1 means I don't want this symbol. So one I have with dollar, other one is without dollar. The same thing I will be following for the book rating. Now where are book rating? So coming to the main file, coming to the window for web scraping. So I will say I want to scrap this particular star this time. So how will I going to scrap this particular star? Just a second, I'll be coming out. I want to scrap these stars, so I will be scrapping these star. I'll be coming up mainframe. I will go going down. So let me just for refresh this particular window. After refreshing this particular window, I'll be coming to this particular tag. Let me come to the main tag. Just a second. Spectre. Now fine. Now suppose I want to go to this. So you can find that in this particular tag, what tag it is in? This particular tag are in P star rating. So in P star rating, I have to define my locator. So I have locator defined article tag. Within article, I have pod tag. Within pod tag product class, we have P tag, and within P tag, I have star rating. And in star rating, what I'm doing, I'm taking star rating attribute. I'm only taking the attribute. And if I'm saying for I'm taking a comprehensive list. In comprehensive list, if I'm saying for I in RT means the class rating. If I does not equal to star rating, if it is not equal to star rating, make it as 1, or I can say 1, 2, 3 add on. If not, then 0. Then fine. Now I will going to run this. Now you can see that the star rating for this particular book will be 3. So the what is the final star rating? It will be extending that star rating up here. Now I don't want one book. I want a complete form. So for that particular complete form, what I make a simple find all attribute with an article and with the class pod. For this, what it will do, it will extract all the information of all the things on the basis of each thing. Now you can see this was a thing which I was looking for in this particular. For each variable I am trying to locate this article tag. Within this article tag, I am taking all the values for this particular pod, because if I'm saying for 0 article, I am getting for the attic book. If I'm going with this for the first article, now I'm going to copy this. If I'm saying for the second index, now this is basically a list, I'm going for a one index, so it will be going for the next book. So when I will say for the next book, the book name will be the tripling. Now if I go for the third index, so just let me come up here. Fine. Now if I'm going for the third index, second index, I will be moving down with another book. So now this has become a very simple sum. Now the book name is, I will be going to the title. What is the title? This is a title for the book. So I have different kinds of book. Now what I will be doing, I will be simply running a small loop for book name, and the book name loop will be on the article one, because I have extracted all the anchor tag within that particular list. So when I'm going to run this, I got all the book names. Same way I will be getting all the star rating which I have made previously. And I have now this particular block, and I will apply this also for book rating, star rating, and book name. Now I will make a small function which will call all of these. So I'm going to run this. Let us find the length of all the things. So we will find that on this particular first page, there are 20 books. Same way you can extract the second page, third page, and fourth page. By the help of data frame in pandas, I'm trying to make a data frame. Now this particular book name will be the keys, and bn are the list will become the values. When I'm going to run this, you will find that I have a data frame of each book with their name and with their star rating. It will take a while, not more than 1 minute. Okay, fine. So can you see I have this particular data now extracted from this particular website? Now this website has a book name, the light in the attic. Its star rating is 3 and its cost is 15.77. I have extracted that particular data from the mainframe. The book name is The Light in the Attic, price is 15.77, and the book rating is 3. Now, if suppose I want to do analysis on that, now also I have to clean the data. Now I also have to clean the data, means I have to convert this 1, 2, 3 because my machine don't understand. So if I have to convert this into 1, 2, 3, I have to make a map or a label map. So in Python, it's very easy. If you want to map something, you can use a map label method in which 5 is 5, 4 is 4, 3 is 3, and 2 is 1. So you can map with this, and you can find that I have mapped or I have reduced that particular star rating to 1, 2, 3. Now, if somebody wants to do some other sort of analysis and he wants that he should only get the data of all the books, of all the book rating which were equal to 5. So he can write something like this. So I'm going to say that if DF, all the book rating double equal to 5, and even this DF, fine, fine, control enter. So you can find I'm getting all the books which have 5-star rating. So you can do some sort of analysis, some sort of things while scraping the data, or after scraping the data, you can also use this. Now, major thing is that nowadays what the organization and what the companies are looking forward, they are having some sort of marketing. Now, what the thing is using for web scraping nowadays, there are some market research based on image on websites. Suppose I have these images on my website. Suppose this is an image of a book. These are image of a book. Now, what is the main scenario of the companies are looking forward? They are scraping the images and performing RCNN model to find the most purchased one or most important one. I can sing so. So if I can say that we can further invest our time if we want to have web scraping, we can have a sample case study over scraping of images from the website using the same technique which we have applied on the top of that, and can form a data. On that data, we can apply neural networks that can learn from image and predict the same kind of novel, product, specification over websites. Now that can be a fundamental project. Now for that particular thing, for that particular case study, so just let me open that. Python, no, not Python. Okay, I have a this UAE dot. Now here it is. Now suppose I have this particular website. Will take a while to open. Now, if suppose I have this particular website with me and I want to know what is or which particular sale or what is the offer on this particular sale is going on. So what is my major objective? What are these flash sales going on? How these flash sales are getting changing day by day, or what today if I buy this particular product will it was very cheap in this particular month. So how will I define? Because these things are not. Now these are dynamic images. Now if somebody can or a person can make a crawler that can crawl this particular website, and from here he can generate some of the insight from the data and find which particular product has given by this particular website in the most cheapest price in all over the year or all over the past month, then we can definitely purchase our product in a very, I can say, optimized way, or I can say we can reduce the shopping amount which we actually spend on a real time basis. So this particular thing can also be a major project if in the field of research, but many companies are actually dealing in it. So it is just similar to that, but only we have to go to this particular developer tool. After developer tool, we have to find each thing what where it is aligned. So if I click on this, suppose I want to click on this. So I have this images. So I have this image, and this image basically where it is an anchor tag of brand, and this particular anchor tag has been defined into the main tag. So you have to define the locator for this particular image. Now, one one website has only one type of crawler. If you want to have a dynamic crawler, you have to define all the things, but a specific website has a specific scraper and crawler. It is not like that we make one thing and we apply this particular to crawl every website. Every company don't allow us to crawl. Suppose I want to crawl the website of TCS, TCS will not allow. Suppose I want to crawl the website for Microsoft, they won't allow because they have some sort of privacy. But these online sites or some sort of research site allow us to crawl and can have a better result in phase of web scraping. So this was a combined thing about web scraping, analytics, and what is regression, logistic regression. So I'm the end of my particular session. So in this particular session, we have deal about first of all this particular things like first. Oh, sorry for that. So first of all, we have seen what is data. We have seen kinds of data, and we have moved down towards data cleaning. We have seen a comparative study on R as well as on Python. We have seen linear model. In Python, not in Python, we have seen R in R. But for a comparative basis, I have made logistic in both logistic model in R also, as well as in Python also. And we have a quick look about confusion matrix, about accuracies. At the last, we have a quick look about web scraping, a little bit of introduction about web scraping, but a complete source code and a project for that. We have at the last about ending for the session. So I hope now it is fine to all. So now if you have any query regarding this, just let me know. So we can wind off this particular session without any issue. Now, if anyone wants this particular code, just let me know. I can share this particular code as well.
Yes, participants, you may write in the chat box if you are having any queries. Or you may unmute yourself to ask the queries. I was having one doubt, Mr. Abhinash.
Yeah, ma'am.
If I'm working with my research work is in image processing.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
if I want to apply deep learning model or CNN model to that specific
Okay.
model, so
Okay.
which language would be better? Like I should go with R or I should go with Python?
Ma'am, you should go with Python.
Okay.
Because in R you have to sometimes you have to create your own modules, whereas in
Okay.
Python we have a lot of inbuilt module from Google Facebook, like Keras. Keras is a high level API for TensorFlow. If I'm writing the code in TensorFlow in 2015 or 16, the code is about to near about 100 and 120 lines. Keras has confined that code into 2 or 3 lines only. So
Okay.
that it is.
Okay.
Yeah, ma'am. And
Thank
I should,
you.
yeah, ma'am. I should suggest some of the libraries like PyTorch also you should visit.
Okay.
You have Keras, TensorFlow. I work on Keras, so I find Keras much better than those two, PyTorch and that one,
Okay.
TensorFlow. Keras is basically built on TensorFlow only, so we cannot bypass that. So first of all, we should understand TensorFlow, TensorBoard, then we should go to Keras.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Abhinash, for the wonderful session. Participants, if you are having any doubt, you can post in the chat box. I think no doubts there. So thank you. Thank you once again, Mr.
Okay,
Abhinash.
ma'am. Okay, ma'am. And ma'am, one thing is that if anybody has any doubt regarding research bug, so just let me know. I'm also doing in the field of research bug. Actually, I'm dealing in a project of cybersecurity that is
Okay.
basic intrusion detection. How a
Okay.
machine learning application, AI application can detect the intrusion before it attack on a system and can severe action or some certain of task in order to prevent it. Actually, I have a cope up with a Malaysian company, so it basically doing
Okay.
that.
Nice. Nice. Nice.
Yeah,
Perfect. You have shared your mail ID also. So
yeah, ma'am. I
participants
have,
may note down your mail ID
yeah.
if they are having any
Meanwhile,
query.
ma'am, okay, no, Shudal. Actually, I have started on my Git account also. I have closed my Git account. Just a second, I will give my Git account also.
Okay.
I have to log in my Git account. No, Shudal. I'll be uploading some of the major projects over there also. So if
Okay.
anybody has anything, they can.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you for the nice session. Thank you all participants. We will be meeting at 10:30 tomorrow for the first session of schedule tomorrow, which is scheduled on again with analytics and tools.